Absolutely. Congress has to do more. Our families are hurting. There are too many that are struggling to keep a roof over their head and food on the table. Small businesses are suffering, and the impacts of this pandemic have been felt far and wide. That's why I have continued to work to bring both parties to the table, because this idea of us versus them and finger pointing gets us nowhere. It's why I've called out leadership on both sides when they have put partisan pet projects in these bills, and why I will continue to work with my colleagues on the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus to get to a solution. This idea that we can't work together, that we can't get something done for the public is a false notion that just further seeks to divide us, playing into politics as usual. That's why I show up every day and work hard for Oklahomans. Again, I'm proud of what we were able to do in the CARES Act and the other bipartisan packages, but I didn't stop there. After the CARES Act, we went back and fixed the Paycheck Protection Program, addressing some of the issues that were there, and I haven't stopped ever since. You know, my opponent talks about this discharge petition, but what she doesn't talk about is the needs of our broader communities. We need to make sure that we're not just helping our small businesses. We have to do that, but we have to make sure our state and local governments have the funding they need to make sure our police, our fire, our first responders get the resources that they need. I have continued to fight for that. And the March to Common Ground framework that we put together as a bipartisan problem solvers caucus is what got people back to the table. And I will continue to push until we get a bipartisan solution. This finger pointing back and forth and one-off solutions doesn't get us where we need to be. And that's why I am proud of my record of reaching across the aisle. And I've had 23 bills signed into law over this first term, working across the aisle, signed into law by this president.